Just trying to share my PPT. Hi all, good morning. Can one of you please confirm, are you able to view the PPT?
No, Hari.
No, Hari.
No,
we
we're
are
not able
seeing
to
your
see it.
video only. Yeah.
Okay, give me a second.
Hari, any difficulties you're facing?
Yeah, Sneha, give me a second now.
Yes.
I'm not sure my PPT I'm unable to share. Let me send it to you so that you can share it. Yeah, I sent in your WhatsApp now. Appreciate if you can just open that and share.
Just a moment. I'm opening it.
Sure, Sneha. How about now? Can one of you please confirm you are able to view?
Yes.
Yes,
Now
Hari.
we are able to see. Yes,
Okay,
Hari,
great.
we are able to see.
Great. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we are good to get started. Okay, good morning all. This is Hari Krishna Garipe from the RISE core team. Welcome to the testing training, especially with respect to the automation testing. We are covering the TOSTA. And as usual, prior to getting started, we'll just try to understand about the Women Who Code program, and then we'll get started. So Women Who Code is a worldwide organization spread across more than 122 countries with a member base of almost greater than 250,000. And the mission is like to inspire women to excel in the technology careers. And vision is like a world where diverse women are better represented as engineers and tech leaders. So when it comes to the code of conduct, women who code is all about equality. We don't want to like discriminate anyone based on their socioeconomic status, religion, ethnicity, or political affiliation. And the full text of the Women Who Code can be found on the below link. We request all the members to adhere to the code of conduct. And these trainings, the three tracks, either the testing, Java, or Hadoop, they are being hosted from the Women Who Code Hyderabad chapter. And we encourage each one of you to enroll yourself into the different events or activities that are being hosted by this particular chapter. So once again, I would like to thank Sneha for volunteering to host the session today. Thank you, Sneha, for your continued support and enthusiasm to share the knowledge. With that, I would like to hand over the control to Sneha. Over to you, Sneha.
Thank you, Hari. A very good morning to all. and today we'll be starting the installation of Tosca. And if any one of you can just share your screen and show the installation part that you have completed, and I can guide you with the setup for Tosca. So anyone who wants to come forward and share their screen? Hari, do you mind sharing your screen with Tosca installation? Okay, I have Shweta is sharing her screen. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Shweta, you have already installed Tosca, which is shown on the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here that you see first steps and advanced examples will be automatically as a shared repository in the Tosca that you will be installing. Okay, they are coming directly from Tricentis. It is a sample code which is given to you to check how you can automate anything that you are working for. So in first steps you have some basic scenarios, and in advanced examples, you have API and databases, some connections and all that is covered in it. Okay. So from here, can you just open your C drive, Shweta? So when you first time install Tosca, you should remember that it creates a folder Tosca projects in your C drive. Okay, so your workspaces. So if you work in any of the automation tool, be it Selenium, Tosca, or UFT that you are working for automation, it happens that you first need to create a workspace. Okay, workspace where exactly all your scripts, all your automation part will be stored, and your executions, your results, everything will be stored. So Shweta, can you open C drive? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
We lost Shweta's this thing. Okay, let me share. I'm sharing my screen. Do let me know.
Yes.
Yeah, I have
No,
shared.
actually, she has shared Hari, but somehow it is the
Okay.
Microsoft Windows has stopped operating for me. Okay.
Okay.
So Shweta, you have opened C drive, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you can see Tosca projects folder in it.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, just open the Tosca projects folder. So this is automatically getting created when you install Tosca. Okay. And Tosca installation is a simple step that you have to follow. And the license is for 14 days. So you better buck up when you install Tosca to train yourself. So you have some small videos, and yesterday.
Hello, Sneha. Did we lose Sneha? Sneha's audio?
No.
And Shweta, are you sharing your screen? I don't see any screen share actually.
1 second. I'll share once again.
Yeah, now we are
Yes.
able to see. I'm able to see.
Okay.
Sneha, you there? Maybe Sneha is facing some issue. I see like she's not available on the meet. So while Sneha joins, I have a question for the audience. Apart from Tosca, can someone tell like what are the other automation tools that are available in the market? You can just unmute and give the answer.
Selenium has been widely used nowadays.
Okay. Okay. Apart from Selenium,
Before it was QTP.
great. Okay. Then any other tools? So it is all about jargon actually. So whatever we do in our daily life, the same jargon we convert it into software industry. So it's better apart from whatever it is being taught in these training sessions, just explore the other tools and technologies also, so that it will definitely help you in getting placed. So as someone rightly said, Selenium is also one of the automation tool that is in huge demand. And at least for my understanding, Selenium is more like an open source tool or technology, and which is predominantly again supports Java scripts, etc. for utilizing the automation features. And in fact, I worked on one tool long back, almost 15 to 16 years back, which is known as IBM Rational Performance Tester, which was also predominantly one of the testing tool at that point of time. And a couple of other tools, right? Qtest, and then I heard something known as UFT. We just try to spend some time in analyzing or going through the other testing tools also, which are currently available in the market. Okay, I'm just checking with Sneha. Yes, she is joining back. Maybe some issue at her end. Any other questions so far with respect to the manual testing or the topics that we have covered?
Yeah, Hari, this is Suganya here. Yesterday, somehow I missed the session. I was not able to join due to network issues in my area. So can you please share the recording of yesterday's session?
Yeah, definitely. See, all these recording sessions, what is the process is we are going to send it across to the Women Who Code Central team, which is based out of US, and they are going to review, and then they are going to upload. It's it will take some time actually. For example, today the session is done, maybe tomorrow I'm going to send, and they will take a couple of days to upload. So at least 3 to 4 working days time it will take. And I had already shared the link actually, all the Hyderabad network events, they are placed at one particular location on the YouTube channel on the Women Who Code. So does everyone got that link? I shared it in the RISE participants group earlier.
Okay, I have to check. I haven't checked that.
Okay, no problem. The Java track and then the testing track, whatever the sessions at the earliest, we are trying to host them onto the respective YouTube video.
Okay. So now the brief content of yesterday's class.
Yesterday's content, yeah, yesterday actually primarily, yes, okay. Yesterday primarily it was more related to the installation. There was not much covered with respect to the theory or with respect to the functionality. We discussed at length with respect to the installation challenges, and we just ensured that the participants get comfortable with respect to the installation. And then apart from that, Sneha had covered the different certifications that are available as part of the Tosca tool.
Okay, yeah.
Specialist 1 and specialist 2.
Yeah. I will check the recording and get it sorted.
Definitely. The recording should help you. Yes.
Before the next class, I will get the Tosca installation done in my system. Thank you.
No problem. And in fact, okay, sure.
Yes.
Yeah. And in fact, if anyone have other things which they would like to share, the best practices or anything, please feel free to do that. Yesterday I saw someone posted a video on how to get the Tosca installed, and it really helped, I think, fellow participants. So anything which you feel like will help the community, feel free to share it. Yes, Neha, we are good to go ahead.
Yeah. Suppose, Shweta, can you share your screen? I'm sorry for the Zoom generated.
No problem.
Yeah.
These are all like the
Middle.
benefits of remote working. Yes,
Yeah,
Shweta,
so,
you are sharing?
Can you see?
Yeah, correct.
yes.
Now we are able to
Yes.
see.
Yes, I'm able to see. Yeah, so in C drive, Tosca projects, if you go right, Tosca underscore projects is created. And in that, can you click on that, Shweta?
Yeah.
Tosca projects. So folder for Tosca workspaces, Commander, and common repositories is created. Okay, so Tosca workspaces is the place where you will be having all your scripts intact in a workspace. So for every automation tool, we always create one workspace. In same manner, Tosca also has a workspace. So if you just click on Tosca workspaces, so like I had said, they are providing you these two examples set. One is for first steps and advanced examples that you see here. Okay. So if tomorrow you're working in any company shared repository, that repository workspace, you will be able to see it here. Okay. Whichever repository you are working, it will be seen here. Or if you create a fresh repository, that workspace also you will be able to see in this Tosca workspaces. Go back to Tosca projects, Shweta.
So I just want to add, like, a
Yeah.
workspace is nothing but it is a directory actually, wherein like your project deliverables are like
Will be,
whatever you are working, that particular content will be there.
yes. So just click on Tosca projects. Now we'll go to Tosca Commander. So Tosca Commander has all the things which are required for the objects identification. Okay, objects identification, by which I mean that now right now you are in folder, and these folder objects are same for all, right? Throughout the world, everyone sees same folder object who is working on Windows operating system, or they are working on Mac OS. So same standard objects are there. So these standard objects are also provided by Tosca. If you can see a standard.tsu file which is there. So this you can import if it is not imported for you. But coming forward from 12.5 version itself, they have started giving this standard.tsu file. So you need not have to import it. So these are the files that you can import with Tosca. Okay, so if you want to have a behavior driven approach, then that also you can do it from your OSV samples. OSV is like what we call it as orchestral service virtualization, which is there. So what happens is that right now, if you see an application, you are developing some button or you're developing some text box. Okay, but you don't have that code yet implemented, and you are not able to see that on the application, but still you can check this with the services that are available. So the developers just give you services, and you just check it with the orchestrated service virtualization which is provided. Then you have data integrity modules which are there, and samples. These are specifically for the database sections, all the vital checks that you perform, row to row comparison, meta file comparisons that you have, ETL task which is given. So all these things are completed with Tosca data integrity modules you will be finding there. Okay, especially for database sector. And the last one which is there is a guided tour subset, which will guide you through entire Tosca, that how you can implement those and help out for same. So if you go to the templates folder will have a template in which suppose you have pre-existing test cases already there for organization. So that pre-existing test cases values you can import it through Tosca, and you can take it into the new script that you will be writing out. Okay, so these are the templates that they follow. So this is a template for Doku Snapper from which is there. Doku Snapper is like its name suggests in Japanese, it's called as screenshot taking. Okay, so you can take a screenshot, and that screenshot template that you take, the template also you can maintain in which template you want the screenshot to be there, and what kind of results to be displayed with the template part of it. So all the templates you will be finding in respect to Tosca Commander. So if you just go one up folder, one level up folder, just go to Tosca Commander. Yes. Then you have, yeah, just click on Tosca Commander. Then you have standard subset for SAP. SAP is also now in boom. It has some standard modules for SAP module which is required. So even if you work in Salesforce or AWS and SAP which is there, all these modules will be covering up your test cases that is required, okay, for you to test. Then there are object maps which are there. Object maps is especially if you want to store your own created modules, then you can keep objects map in it. Okay, so keywords, they have provided these extra folders for you to abbreviate and use it in your automation scripts for usages. So this is the entire thing for Tosca projects. Okay, so if you go to Tosca projects again, so we have seen Tosca Commander, which was downloaded and installed. We have seen Tosca workspaces, and now we go to Tosca common repositories. Okay, Tosca common repositories will be containing DLL files. DLL files in the sense that what happens is that some things are there very rare, but which are not identified by Tosca. Okay, if those objects are not identified by Tosca, if there is a reactive JS or some new technology comes, or in the old technology like flash objects, and also these objects are not identified by Tosca. Some Kendo UI tree structure which is there, they are not identified by Tosca. So at that time what happens is that we go for creation of custom modules. Okay, so yesterday we saw one training which was named as automation engineer. So those automation engineers which are there, they design these custom modules and custom controls which are required. Okay, so after creating those DLL files, easily you will be able to identify with Tosca those particular objects which are found. So now we'll just try to open Tosca from start menu. So Shweta, do you mind going to start menu and just type Tosca? So when you type Tosca, you will get these things with Tosca. One is Tosca Commander, one is Wizard. Yeah, just type Tosca in start menu.
Tosca
In start program. Yeah. Can you press Windows sign from keyboard?
Can you see?
No, I suppose
Uh,
you
I-
have just
you have
shared.
to, you have to, yeah, you have to share it actually. The complete screen you have to share.
Yes.
Shweta. That particular component which you would like to share. Right now we are able to
First
see
I'll
only
stop
that Windows Explorer. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Hari, if the installation part is done, maybe I can take it from here because I also have Tosca in my machine.
Mhm.
Should
Okay.
I open Tosca
So-
wizard?
No, not required. I will show from my end. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Shweta.
Welcome.
And Sneha, like I have one question, Sneha.
Yes.
So like when it comes to the Selenium, there we are using this Java predominantly with respect to any kind of like script writing to have our functionality implemented in that.
Hmm.
And especially with respect to Tosca, what are the different kinds of programming languages that will be mainly used?
C sharp, only C sharp is used.
Okay.
So like I said, this custom modules and custom controls which are developed, right? They are developed using programming language C sharp. This tool
C#.
entirely is built with that C sharp only.
Okay. So it's totally Microsoft
Yes,
product.
yes. Microsoft product, and you can convert your UFT scripts as well as Selenium scripts in Tosca. Okay, so if you want to run your Selenium scripts, you can also run the Selenium scripts from Tosca.
And
So
the
we
vice
have
versa is
provided,
possible? The vice versa is possible? Like, for
no, vice
example,
versa is not possible. Vice versa is not possible. So Tosca
Okay.
scripts you cannot run with Selenium.
okay, because like at least for my knowledge, Selenium is like open source, right?
Yes, Selenium is open source. So that is the advantage of one advantage of Selenium, which is that it is open source. So if not in a company, you can also take some freelancing projects also with Selenium. But with Tosca, you cannot freelance.
So what is your experience, Neha? Did you got a chance to work on Selenium?
Yes, I've worked on Selenium.
Great.
I've worked on Selenium and UFT and Tosca. So I suppose for me now my system is quite slow. Okay. Okay. So once you type Tosca, you can see your Tosca commander is there. Tosca license configuration is there, Tosca wizard and Tosca enabler and Tosca executor, which will be generated. Okay, so we'll open Tosca license configuration. Tosca commander was the one which Shweta had opened. Okay, and this is the place where all your scripts and executions, your requirements, everything can be kept in Tosca commander itself. And this is for license configuration that we will be using. Wizard is for especially now what happens is that now these objects that you see are HTML DOM objects. Okay, now HTML DOM objects are identified, but there are some UIA objects which are there. Like if you try to download some file and it downloads, and you see a section which gets generated in Internet Explorer, which you would have seen, or in Chrome, right? At the bottom of the screen, you see that this file is downloaded. Do you want to open, save, or close it? So that thing that you see, right, that is nothing but UI engines. It is developed with UI engines. So that for that identification, Tosca wizard is used. Then another one is Tosca enabler for settings for unattended mode or attended mode executions that you follow. And the last one is for the Tosca executions which are done. So Tosca executions, you can have a separate window for executing your scripts also. But mostly that is not much required, because directly you can come and perform the scripts execution from Tosca commander itself, and everything can be integrated with Tosca commander. So going forward, if the test management tool you are trying to use ALM, which is HP provided, so that also you can integrate with Tosca, or Jira also. With Jira, there is X-ray that is provided as a tool for test management. So that also you can cover with Tosca part of it.
Sneha, Hari, yes, Sneha.
Yes, Hari.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. I have one question actually. So
Yeah.
like manual testing, we follow the manual methodologies and test the applications. And when it comes to the automation, we have so many tools and technologies, right? Selenium, Tosca, UFT, and just now you said ALM. So what
Yeah.
would be the criteria for us to like choose any specific tool? Like based on the
That
technology or based on the requirement,
no
or what would be the
requirement.
different factors?
It should always be on your requirement. which is needed. It should not be imposed that if someone else is using that automation tool, I also have to use that automation tool. No, it should be on your requirement. So if if you take even Selenium's now, Selenium's replacement is Cypress tool that is for automation. So you don't stick to what I mean to say is, don't try to stick to any automation tool as such. Okay, try to understand the requirement, the scenarios, what are there, different kinds, what you can go through. In fact, if you I will show you one more site which will be very beneficial for you to go through the different case studies that are provided by each company, okay, which is provided by Tosca again. But you can understand what exactly is the crux for automation that we are looking for, and what benefit we can give to company by automating things. So like Hari, you said, we should not stick to some automation tool when you know that this is my requirement and this can be done and this is the budget that I'm getting. So I can go for Selenium, which is free open source. Again, Cypress is an open source, and it is more faster than Selenium. Then of course you can go with that. Also, Selenium with Python is something which is now developing. So Python will also help you in future growth. Okay. So coming to this tool, so here Tosca license is of 3 types that are provided. Okay, one is connect to cloud hosted license server, another is connect to self-hosted license server, and the last one is use licenses from my local machine. So local machine licenses will be costing you more, and this is the connect to self-hosted license server. These type of license services are mostly taken by huge enterprise companies which can afford them, and connect to cloud hosted license server will be given for small usages, and the contract of your project is for 6 months or 1 month or 1 year, that these cloud hosted license servers can be provided and it can be used. Okay, it can also be is a base for any company to use the same server, license server. So currently I have this cloud hosted license server, which was given to me by Tricentis for learning the next level of programming in Tosca. So I have this license. So I'm just connecting to this license. So it was provided on that email ID for me to learn that particular course. And its time period was for 14 to 15 days. You can see now it is expired. Because of that, Tosca Commander will also not start. You can see now, since it is not, the license has expired, everything has been changed in the icon part of it. Okay, if the license is there, then you are able to see. Maybe I can ask Shweta again to share. She has some license control. Shweta, do you mind sharing your screen again? So, okay, let me show you first. So once this starts, right, this is the main window which is used for Tricentis Tosca. Okay, and here it will show you that whether the license has been verified or not. So since this is a licensed product, you have to be very active for 14 days once you install this tool, automation tool.
Hello.
Yeah.
Should I open this?
Yes, yes. You can open it. I think so because I don't have license. It will not show. Okay. So let's once you open Tosca Commander, right, it will be seen in this format. So you can open your existing workspace, and you can. Shweta, I'm requesting you the access. Okay, so here that you can see open folder, you can open your already created workspaces. Here now you can see already given workspaces by Tricentis, and you can create one new workspace. So let's create a new workspace and start our automation. So repository is created in SQLite, which is quite less, what you can say, less format for SQLite to be used with workspace, so that it does not harm your PC or your existing working culture. Okay. And also Oracle is there. So Oracle and MS SQL Server and DB2, this you should remember that when you are using these servers, you will require the username and password with the DSL or the service name, which is to be entered with this. So we'll be creating it in SQLite. Okay. Now here you can see select existing repository. So existing repository, if you have any, you can create from here, or you can remove the existing repository. Okay. And create a new repository from here, or you can keep it in this existing repository also. Now select a name for your workspace for.
So Sneha,
Can you
when we
just type
select that,
training? Yeah.
yeah, when we select that, select existing repository, there is a Windows file path, right? C:/Tosca projects, Tosca
Yes.
common repositories.
Yes.
So this will be a file system, like whatever the existing repository that we want to use. Per my understanding, like one is the DB. So first one is
Yes.
select type of repository. We are selecting a SQLite. So it will be a DB, where exactly like the Tosca related metadata objects will be stored.
Will be stored, right?
Correct. And what is the second one? Select existing repository.
Select existing repositories if you are working in any enterprise and it has their own common shared repository, right? The same existing repository you can use for creation of your workspace.
So does Tosca use only the DB metadata repository, or along with the DB, it uses a file system repository?
File system repository also. So both it uses.
Because okay,
Yeah.
so it's like right, there is one BA suite known as business objects, so it also uses the same mechanism. One is like a file repository and the other one is the relational database for its metadata. Okay, thank you.
So now if you want to create for a single user workspace, okay, if you are working in your local machine, then you can no need of the repository to be there. Like there is no need of DB to be there when you are just creating in your local system. So we'll be using this none and naming this training workspace as training. If you want to use workspace template which you have already developed, then that also you can take into this. Otherwise, it's not required to be checked. So just click on OK, and you can
So,
see
Sneha,
a new workspace is created. Yes, yes, Hari.
so without DB also, with only file system, we can proceed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So here you can see it gave a message that it has created .tws file. So once now the .tws file is created, it will be landing us on this page. So this is your entire Tosca. Okay. Now coming from the start part of it, level 1 navigation that you see, so you have save, you can go undo, you can do it redo, then you can also go backward navigation, forward navigation, which is provided. Then ribbon display options that are required, minimize your screen, maximize your screen, then close the screen for Tosca. Now here these tabs that are shown, the navigation tabs that you see is for project level tab, which is there, home tab, view tab, tools tab, test cases, and API testing, which is there. Okay, so this is your menu bar options which are provided. Now when you are in test cases, you will get the test cases folder. If you go to some modules, you'll get a modules folder that is modules which are generated as a tab. Okay, so if you are in requirements will be generated as a tab. So you can see here how different options are available. So execution you can do with Scratchbook, as well as the execution list that can be performed. So issues also you can directly report from here. You have configurations where you try to have configurations basically for the new culture of CI/CD model that is required. Then you move to test planning. Test planning will be the place where you will be able to create some sessions. Okay, and you will be able to add resources, you will be able to assign them some work related to the scripts. Also directly you can assign to that person and test plan your uh, entire testing part and designing part can be done through this. Okay, so you can have a schedules, you can have peer reviews also set up through this test planning. So these are the sections which are provided in Tosca, the different sections that are provided with Tosca. Now the major sections are test cases, modules, requirements, test case design, and execution. Okay, these are the major sections of Tosca that you see. Now this entire thing comprises of your project. Okay, so when you say project or your application, it is nothing but which will contain your modules, which are the objects on that application, the requirements which are given by BAs to us. Okay, and the test cases that will be developed from the objects, and the test data which will be required to be used in test cases, and the execution that we will be following or executing in our project. And issues, if there are any issues, then the issues which we will be logging for our project. Okay, so the next part is the advanced level for configurations, where you have CI/CD, or if you want to implement some build servers to execute your scripts, and also these part can be covered with configurations. Also you can cover sections where if you want to have a distributed execution. Okay, so if on one machine you have some 10 scripts to execute, on another machine 10 scripts, so like that you can have for 1000 scripts you can have some 100 machines set up from the configurations part. And test planning, like I said, it is again an advanced level where you move on to a test lead role, where you can have planning and creation of it. Otherwise, with a simple automation part, you can create this entire zone. Okay. Now, here, if you see, modules are shown, but the standard module is not yet there. So what we'll do is that we'll right click on this folder, and we'll see a lot of options. We can see a lot of options are available on right click of this. Now, the main crux of Tosca is, so this is the navigation that you get. Okay, on left hand side you have a navigation, which is provided navigation, left navigation. Between you have details which will be seen to you with columns that you are looking for, and the right hand side you will have properties for that specific thing which you have scanned, or you have just created a module. So those all things are same in all the sections. If you can see, requirements also has navigation, details, and properties. Like that you have in all the sections that you can see here. Okay, are you clear with this part of Tosca, the sections, and any questions you have around this? Okay, you can see here Tosca wizard she has opened. So yeah, Shweta, you have any question?
Yeah. Should we prepare these specifications before itself? Manually?
Not required. Not required. You, in fact, you can create manual test cases directly in this Tosca. So today we'll take two sections, okay, modules and test cases, and I will show you how you can develop test cases with Tosca. Can you open Tosca again? Okay. Now, so we'll take these two sections only today, okay, and I will let you know the different terms inside these two things. Now you can see when I'm clicking on test cases get generated, and when I'm clicking on modules gets generated. Okay, now first of all, what is required is that in automation you require any of the application that you take, right? Each application should be identified correctly, okay, with all the objects which are present. So these are the minutest objects which are present on the screen. Now let's go to the small Tosca. Now what Tosca does is that it provides you with Tosca obstacles site. Okay, so these are having obstacles which are from easy, medium, and high level as you start. Okay, so small, if you want to just master it in the 14 days which you will be having, I will advise you to use this site particularly for automating purpose. Okay, it has the same login as your support registration that we did yesterday, right? Okay, what just happened? Shweta, did you close Tosca Commander?
No, I did not close.
Meanwhile, Tosca is starting. Let me just open this. Obstacle course. So you just have to type Tosca obstacles and you will get this site listed. So you can see here many obstacles which are there. If you just type easy or something like that. Okay, so from this you can use it for practicing. So you can see here they have written that you have to automate this test step, taking the total amount shown in the success message and enter it into the text box. Okay. So you just have to extract this message in the text box that is required. So these kinds of obstacles, small obstacles you can see and perform here. Now let us do this. We'll open this particular site. Now what actions we performed? We opened this particular site. We went to the home page. Then we searched for this easy method. And after searching for this easy method, we found this text to be there, right? So for extracting the text. So these type of automation scenarios you can perform with this Tosca. So for that, I will require this particular page to be scanned. So we had created, you can see here, I had opened Tosca again and it has saved my already created workspace. Sorry. So I will just open my existing workspace. And we'll scan this particular Chrome window that is opened. Okay. So for that, you just have to right click on this modules. And there is a scan that gets generated. So now when you right click on any of this thing that is available, you will get one section where all the actions that can be performed with this thing, and another section where you can develop that section more. So like a folder, I can create folder structures, virtual folders, creating a new module by myself. The one which you see with a gray line in it is a classic module, and this is a T-box module. Okay, so T-box are the latest X modules which are created. Then configuration parameters, if any. And then with three dots, you can, if you just go, you will be able to see mobile image based control, and image based control can also be created. So all these things are available with the right click which is there. So now we'll just start scan of it. Okay, or you can go from here, or you can go from above method also. Okay, so if you can just click that particular module and you go to the scan, you will be able to scan. Now the scan is for the application. Application is your web-based application that you have. Then API scans also you can do. mobile scanning also you can do, PDF, remote terminal, and more sections you have for WebDriver, Salesforce scan, file scan, and legacy scan. Legacy scan is the older versions of special applications which are there. Those all things you can scan with legacy scan. So I will just click on application since it's our website. And not necessary only this site, you can take other sites also. So now here you can see for scanning Chrome, you require Tosca automation extension for Chrome to be there. Okay, there is an extension that is required with this so that Tosca identifies the Chrome browser easily. So we'll just open this in Internet Explorer and try to scan again. So you can see here not only the UI part, but it is scanning all your .NET applications, your explorers also it is scanning properly. Okay, so all your desktop version, your mobile will be scanned easily. So let's open it in IE. It is not only this site, but you can start with any site that you want to learn Tosca, okay, which is easier for you to understand and work around. Now on the scan, we'll just do refresh and the screen will be displayed. So you can see here desktop, not desktop. Yeah. So this Internet Explorer or Tricentis obstacle course has been displayed. And if you right click on this, you can see here. So there are some HTML objects which are found. Vision AI is also given through AI. You can also test and do vision automation, which is provided. UI engines are there, which are old technologies. Any UI also is an old technology which is not identified, and blacklist application you can blacklist for usage for further use. Okay, so we just go with HTML which is there and we just scan. So all the objects on this page will be scanned. Okay, now let's just click controls. So you can see here, I'm just clicking the control and it is identifying it with this. Search, start now.
So we need to click on each control, Sneha?
Yes, you can click on each control with select control, or you can directly have, you can just do advanced. And there is no need of clicking on each control. You can select whatever controls that you want on this page. Okay, so if I want Tricentis URL support URL to be there, or you can take select on screen. So select on screen will start that controls. So selecting the control. Okay, you can also highlight from this part. So if you want to highlight, suppose let's say start button, start now button. So you can just click on highlight and it will highlight the selections that you have. Okay, of the control. Now here you can see 2 start now buttons are there. Then home page, obstacle course can also be identified. So you have to make sure that whatever objects that you are scanning, right, it should be unique in nature across the automation tools that you will be using. Okay, I will just click on highlight again. So it should be unique in nature, unique because see, when you say that this application, you want to reach this particular object, okay, so you need its name and address proper to know that this is the only person on this page who is home, called as home. So that's the reason why you need to identify your objects correctly. So now here you can see there are properties that get generated with it. Okay, so you have representation property, technical and transition properties which are shown. So representation is especially like how you can say that whether this particular thing is enabled or it is visible to the it is visible and what by what name it is called and all. So those all will be representation of it. Okay, how this particular uh, uh, element which is there, it is representing itself on the page. So those all will be covered in representation. In technical, you will be having the exact things which are required for us for automating. Okay, so these are the technical ones only which will be helping us to make our scripts profound and robust that can be used. So here if you can see, here you have inner text which is shown, or tag tag is a property which is shown. Okay, so tag A, when you say A represents a link which is there. Okay, if it is a link, you will be seeing this sign that you can see. If it is a text box, you will able to see A as a text box that is shown. Okay, then I can show you one more site which you can use for your automation, small chunks to be automated. Okay, like there is something called as draggable objects if you want to check, droppable, then in widgets you have accordion, autocomplete, buttons if you want to check. Okay, so all these things are available in on this site. So specifically for any web element that you are looking out for, right? So checkbox, radio, how it is identified, control group, date picker, tabs, spinners, effects if you have any on the application. So these are only the common things which are across the automation part, you should remember. So developers usually use these things to develop the page, and we just have to steer that page for automation. So you have remove class, widget factory, and all these things you can get from the site, and you can steer these particular objects to understand your automation tool. Okay, so I will just ping you these sites. Suppose I think so. Shweta, can you just
Hello, Sneha.
I think so,
Hello?
no? Yeah, I'm not able to go to the chat to give the
Chat.
site. Maybe Hari, can you just type this site and send it out?
You can see now.
Yeah, I can do that.
and also for the tricentis obstacle which is there. So maybe today we'll be able to cover only the modules part, I think so, because it is again huge and I want you to understand how the entire thing is there in Tosca.
Yeah, I feel Sneha, like for today, let's try to wind up early so that like rest of the
Yeah.
participants who are yet to get their installation complete, let
Okay,
them
okay,
also get them up and running. And next
Okay.
week, next Friday and Saturday, I think like we can discuss in length.
Okay. Then maybe for here, I will just stop at this location where we are able to scan this particular objects on the page, okay? With the module scanner, I will just close this. And I will,
Okay.
in further lectures, I will show you how, I will not save this thing, how you can develop, okay? So, like I said, this obstacle site also I will give. Okay, so there are some small obstacles that you will be helping yourself with. I think so Hari has already given. Great, thank you, Hari. Then there is one which I said, according to the enterprise level, what you can get with this. Just maybe. It's called as case study, okay? Case study. Believe it is in case studies. Let's just open that site. So here you can see some customer specific case studies that were performed and what kind of tool sets were used by the automation experts, okay? So going forward, you can just expand any of the case study which is there, and you can learn that how they overcame their testing barriers and what kind of tools pertaining to Tosca were assigned to them. So with this, you will get a lot of information also, and how they are covering and what kind of market is still happening for automation. Okay, what kind of market is there for automation? Those all details you will get from these case studies that you will be going forward. Okay, so performance scale or speed and scale, how they covered up certain things. These all things you can get from this site. Maybe Hari, can you ping this one also? Tricentis case studies.
Case studies. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. And like I said, heartbeats are the small videos for you to learn, so that you don't waste your time for the 14 days time that you get. Okay, heartbeat tricentis, if you put, you'll get all the YouTube videos which are there. See, it is hardly of 1 to 2 minutes that will be shown, and you can understand Tosca better, and it will prepare you for your interview purpose also.
These are known as heartbeats.
Yes, heartbeats.
Okay.
And they are available on YouTube. And another one is MOOC lectures also there are. Okay, MOOC lectures for
What is this full form is actually? This MOOC. Any
there are
idea?
some small sessions which are provided.
Okay.
Something they have some full form for that. But
Okay.
entire like classroom training that you get right from the Tricentis, which they were previously providing a classroom training, those recordings are there in this MOOC. Okay, so it's a kind of a classroom training. So usually they used to fly from Vienna to India to teach all the folks here. So that kind of trainings are here. Okay, so specific to anything that you're looking for, you will be able to find on this site. So on demand trainings which are there. So for this, you just have to register. You have registration, right? Every one of you have registration, and you can go through these resources also for learning. So for learning, there is some ample amount of things which are available. So for you to learn on daily basis. Okay, so you can either join an academy, which I had shown you yesterday with the AS1 and AS2. You can continue with the community part. Okay, community is the place where you have knowledge articles, some small knowledge articles. I can just open and show you. And these are on demand webinars which are held. Okay, MOOC lectures which are there, they are the webinars which were held. Okay, and they are very beneficial because they have shown exactly how certain things can be implemented, and they can prove you beneficial for your TOSCA interviews that will be happening. There is community Tricentis. So once you register for that site, you will be able to access this community site also. Okay, so here they are having a forum, which I believe you should join a forum where you have like-minded people around you, so that you get exposed to lot of things that you can learn and understand. Just log into this. So there are blogs, there are resources, there are knowledge articles, there are some innovation ideas, and all you can cover up from this site. Okay. So like it's a kind of a forum where you will be able to have a question and answer setup. Okay, so here you can see how I can link my requirements to test cases with QTest Manager or with TOSCA. Just to go to home page, you can search for things that you're looking for. Okay, so if you're scanning of module, you can So you can see how many people have come forward and they have set up some troubles or their some obstacles that they have faced with XScan or things like that. So these kinds of questions will help you to understand and how they have overcome this particular thing and found out a solution for you. Okay, so these kinds of questions also you can expect it from the interviewer, where they can ask you for how what kind of challenges you came across while automating and how you have overcome them. So these forums help you, or the community help you in understanding, even if you have not performed that task. I think so. And the trainings part you can start off with once you have installed with Tosca. Okay, so that will be more beneficial for you to complete AS1 and AS2 certification, and that will be more than enough to understand Tosca and work in Tosca at the initial level. So that's it, Hari. Today, maybe I can give. I've given up control. So any questions you have for today's session? Shweta, can you just log out my sign in into Tricentis community? I just forgot.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Neha. I think like we should be good for today. So what would be the action item that the trainees can do is like the pending ones, we request them to get the software installed, and maybe like whatever Neha suggested, like the specialist trainings, two trainings, level 1 and level 2, they can just complete, because like we got 5 to 6 days, right? And next Friday is the next session.
Yeah.
December 3rd. So by that time, the two things which we request the testing participants is, one is to like to get the software installed, and the other one is like go through that certifications that have been suggested, and the other URLs, whatever we ping just now on the chart. So with that, I think like we should be good. And maybe like next week, may Sneha can get started with showing us the demo, and then parallelly you can also practice on your own desktops. Does that sounds the plan, audience or the participants? Any questions regarding today's session? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Hari.
Okay, any questions, thoughts, suggestions before we wind up for today? So Ruth, I just saw one thing from you. It was like you say like you had some issue with respect to installation in providing the business email. So in fact, like we spent a good amount of time yesterday, and business email is not really needed. And I can assure you that I had installed the software using my personal email address. There's a Gmail address, and even like we have around 4 to 5 participants who have successfully completed this installation. So just give a try by using the personal email address. And in case if you are still facing the issue, definitely like we got the SMEs on this training who had done that, and we can take the help you can reach out to any one of us. We can help you out in getting that installed. Okay. Okay. Any other questions or suggestions? Okay. If not, I think we are good for today. Once again, thank you, Sneha, for your time and efforts on hosting this session. Definitely, we appreciate your support on behalf of the RISE program and core team, Sneha. And we wish everyone a happy weekend. And at the same time, we request everyone to focus with respect to whatever the action items that needs to be covered by the next Friday session. First one is like getting the installation completed. Second one is like going through the respective courses that has been suggested by Sneha. And in case if you have any questions, do revert to us so that we can help you out. Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice day.